All right, all right. Yeah, this is going to be another great episode because what we're talking about specifically today is how to close high-end, high-ticket customers. And the thing about this is that sometimes we get confused. A lot of people that I work with, our coaches I've worked with, especially myself in the beginning, we think about these high-ticket sales as so much more difficult than the low ticket sales. And what I mean by that, I'm specifically talking about the prices, not the value. But there's subtle things that we can do, and we can set up our customers, our high-end customers, to be ready to pay us the price that we're going to charge them if we have the right things in place in our funnels. We're going to talk about how to set that up because we're going to give you the key pieces to creating the only coaching funnel that you're going to need in order for you to get those high ticket customers. So stay tuned. All right, so again, my name is D. Arlando Fortune. I am a book consultant. I focus on helping entrepreneurs and speakers to write branded books that bring in more cash, get them onto more stages, and bring in more customers. For today's conversation, again, we're going to be talking about how to get high ticket customers using a proper funnel. I'm going to give you a simple acronym for you to remember this. This is just what I do. You know it's going to be an acronym, right? So we're going to talk about that. But for your notes to get started, for your notes to get you started, I'm going to write this down. Funnels control the flow of business. Again, funnels control the flow of business. Hashtag daily fortune. That is a concept that I really want you to grasp. The stronger your funnel is, the better your funnel is, the more flow of traffic and customers and leads and prospects to your business, which is really what you want. We're talking about marketing. So your marketing funnel is something that's going to help you specifically as you're continuing to build and expand on your business and move into higher sales and bigger sales and adding more value to your customers means you need to charge higher prices. It means you need a better funnel to get those people who can actually afford your prices. Now understand that each step in your funnel has only one job, and that's to lead people to the next step. So lead people to the next step so that you only speak with qualified leads. I mean, you really only want to speak with qualified leads. So what you want to do is build self-sorting systems that filter your leads for you. Now, most successful funnels have multiple steps, and they're on this graduated scale where each step is a little more expensive than the next. Basically saying the more you play, the more you pay. You want to write that one down too. And one of the most valuable initial products you can create is a book, because of its perceived value. And I'm going to show you how to take that book and transition up the scale as we move people through your funnel into getting into your high ticket sales. By high ticket sales, I'm talking about products that are offerings that are $2,000 plus, whatever may be, up to $200,000 to whatever price may be above that. And at first, I want to give you an understanding what this kind of looks like in real life. In 2016, man, I went to a Get Motivated tour, came here to Indianapolis. And I remember I was so excited to go because it was free. It was free. I didn't have a lot of money back then. I was still just starting my business. And I remember walking across this large opening towards the building where we were going to have this event. And there was so much anticipation because I was finally also going to get to see Les Brown in person. Now, when I entered this spacious auditorium, I decided there were so many people in here, I needed to get a closer seat. In order for me to get a closer seat, I had to pay them a $10 to bump my ticket up to silver level. All right, so here's what happened though. Each presenter offered some content and an opportunity to attend a weekend training, and they were giving those weekend trainings for a deep discount. I chose to learn how to write a book and how to invest in real estate. Now, I was already a real estate investor, but I like to go see what's going on in the market because the market changes, new techniques. I wanted to continue learning. Now, my real estate event was actually the first one I went to. James Smith taught that class. He absolutely crushed it with his storytelling and his content. It was just truly edutainment at its best. So I took some time thinking about the next level of training, but I decided to pass on that, right? Now the next weekend event I went to was on that book writing. And it was supposed to be with a guy named Jerry Roberts. He's been traveling all across the world teaching how to write books very quickly. But Jerry was not there. We had another gentleman presenting named Raza Aziz. And Raza had these shiny suits and he was just brimming with confidence. And he had me so psyched about becoming an author that I made up my mind that I had to get published that year. However, he wanted another $30,000 to work with him. So I declined again. I didn't have that $30,000 to pay him to help me write my book. Now, I kept my promise to myself to get published. 90 days after that event, my first book launched on Amazon. I want you to ask you this question. Do you see a pattern? As I told both those stories, I attended a free event. I signed up for a low-priced 3-day event. I was offered an opportunity for hands-on coaching and consulting. And I think I kind of set myself up actually when I paid for that upgraded seats. And here's what I mean. I want you to remember this. Everyone pays. So teach them to pay early in your funnel and often. Now, payment doesn't necessarily mean it has to be cash. It can be in the form of an email or phone number. But everyone pays for what you have. So teach them early. And the premise for everything we're going to talk about today is I get into these 5 steps in a treat formula and help you create your own, look at your own funnel, analyze your funnel and see if you have these pieces that's going to help you get these high-end tickets. The premise behind this is understanding that you have a message, you have some media, a way of delivering it, and you have movement. And the more people that you have go through your message, through the media that you offer it to them, and ask them to take some movement towards the next step, the more income you're going to make. That is the premise behind each step in this. So remember, the treat formula, T-R-E-A-T formula is how smart authors turn readers into coaching and consulting customers. This is what this formula is designed for. The first step here is the T stands for taster. The first step is T for taster, and that's going to normally come in the form of content or specifically for a book. You're going to be writing a book. Specifically when you're working with people, with me, in order to create your content and create your customers. Writing a book. In the example I gave, I went to a free event. The next thing here is to realize that even with your free content up front, whether it's a download, some audio, PDF, whatever it may be, you want to create multiple versions of this or multiple products and see which one your market likes best, and then you continue selling that one. All right, little tip there. The R stands for request. So this is basically a landing page, a text, or a form that you're going to send. You're going to make this offer to people. They've consumed your free content. Now they want to consume the next thing. You have to make them an offer like, hey, I have something else for you. So give them a landing page to go to, ask them for their text into some type of form, or give them a paper form. Make it simple and professional. You don't need any more than that. The next step is edutainment. This is a webinar or a presentation, a 3-day seminar, a 3-day weekend retreat, like I gave an example. This is a results-specific presentation. Edutainment, meaning it must be educational, must be informative, transformative, and entertaining. Something as simple as a webinar or a masterclass. The next portion is down to an application. This is the A in the treat formula. Now, and the application is the first filter towards qualifying people for their high-end product. This is going to be qualifying them on their money, whether they can pay for it. So you're going to be asking them questions about whether they can pay for it and about their history. How have they been working with other coaches and consultants? You want to know this because if they've been throwing shade at all the past coaches and consultants, you don't want to work with them. So you want to ask these type questions in application process. The final step is a T here. This is a phone. I know it has buttons on it. I know most people don't have buttons on their phone anymore, but either way, you see it's a phone, right? Remember, your phone is your friend. And in the last episode, we talked about the please framework. So go back to the episode and understand how to do your triage call based upon that please framework. Okay? Now those are the 5 steps. You want to have a taster, a request for more information to get more content, and then you're going to out for application. From the request, you're going to go to your edutainment. From the edutainment, it goes to the application. From the application, it goes to the triage call. That's how you close your clients. The only people who have gone through all those steps are qualified to have a conversation with you about your high-end $2,000 plus product offering. Yeah, it's kind of like a bus ride from Chicago to Disney World, right? Some people are going to get on, some people are going to get off along the way. And few people will make the whole trip. But those who make it down to Disney World will have the most magical time. I had to go there. I apologize. But that being said, y'all, here's the thing I want you to do is to check your funnel for missing, overworked, or unproductive steps. And then make the adjustment so that the market narrows as they go through all these steps and it keeps moving towards you as they are self-sorted through your system. That being said, you can be, you can do, you can have anything you want in this world. You've just got to believe. You can live a life of no doubts, just blessings, and I will show you how. And for all you no doubters out there, all a part of No Doubt Nation, you know what to do. Say it loudly and do it proudly and make life happen every day. God bless, and remember, y'all, you're only one book away. Talk to you next time.